Good morning, Portland Elementary. Welcome to your Personalized Learning Action Network Design Day. This video is just going to go through your slides and kind of the agenda for today. Can I get a lay of the land? Your pathway was designed just for you by myself and Joe McKim. One of the areas that you guys identified you wanted to dive into was flexible pathways. I know you guys are working on competency progressions, and those things go hand in hand. Here's our agenda for the day. All of these times are suggested. Our agenda is designed to be very self-paced, so it's really important that you identify a timekeeper. We have some inspiration time, but we want to make sure everyone has plenty of time to apply and design. So timekeeper, after you've been identified, please make sure to kind of keep everyone on track. We'll be working on a deliverable later on in the day and sharing that out. So please identify a scribe to capture your work from the day as well. First, we're going to start with the personalized learning rubric. We're going to root ourselves in the rubric around the core component of pathways. So we've got phase 2 and phase 3 of learner pathways. And we put both of these up here because we weren't sure where you guys would fit, especially considering that you're working on the competency-based progressions. So phase 2 is all about variation in the learning experience, multiple and different, meaningfully different opportunities for kids to transfer knowledge and apply their skills. And then the third phase is differentiated learning objectives. Every learner having a different objective based on where they are. And again, this phase specifically goes with where you guys are headed with competency-based progressions, or those phase 1 and 2, not 2 and 3. Sorry about that. We blew each one of these phases out a little bit so you can look at some observables from each part of the continuum to really figure out where you or your team is. And so on the left side, we have some observables that might help you identify if you're in the beginning or developing stages of varied learning experiences. And similarly, some observables you might see in your classroom that might help you identify if you're in practicing or achieving. And the same for the other phase. Next, we've got choice and inspiration. We put together some resources, some ideas, just to get you kind of thinking around what to work on today, where you're headed next. First, we have some resources around personalized learning pathways, how to customize paths alongside learners, what that might look like, some planning templates, things like that. Our next piece of inspiration is around Genius Hour and passion projects. These really are the same thing. We kind of use those terms interchangeably. So we've got an overview video, an intro slide deck that has a really great overview of how a Genius Hour or passion project, what that might look like. There's also a suggested structure. Of course, you can alter that to meet your needs, but each step in the structure is necessary. There are some resources and templates to get you started, and then some examples from right here in JCPS. Next, we've got a resource around sharing demonstrations of learning. So this website, shareyourlearning.com, is a treasure trove of awesome resources. And so these are just some really authentic ways for learners to demonstrate their learning. Student-led conferences, POLs, presentations of learning, presentation rubrics, all kinds of resources around demonstrations of learning. And then again, because we know you guys are dabbling with pathways and progression through those pathways, we have a resource or a lot of resources around playlists, what a self-paced playlist could look like, some samples, how to balance learner choice and the needs of a learner in a playlist, how to design them, some tutorials. If I'm correct, this tutorial uses a learning platform we don't have, but our platform, Google Classroom, does a lot of this stuff. So kind of think about how it might look in Google, and if I'm wrong, then disregard that that little tidbit there. After inspiration, we've got some time for you to apply. And we put together some tasks for you guys to work on choosing an element from how to personalize learning to integrate into your design, planning for a demonstration of learning with an authentic audience, and opportunities for learners to get feedback from community partners on their work, planning a Genius Hour unit, and then designing a learning playlist or a pathway for an upcoming unit. Now, these are suggested tasks. If there's something else you guys would rather work on, just come and chat with us, and we'll get you started there. After team time, we've got some time for everyone to have some individual learning. You can divide and conquer and go to sessions that interest you, or you can go as a team, totally up to you. Then we will have lunch. We'll have some time for synthesis for you to solidify your team design from earlier, as well as integrate any new learning from the individual learning time. And then we're going to capture our work in our deliverable. Today our deliverable is a WOOP. What's a WOOP? Great question. A WOOP consists of 4 parts: a wish, an outcome, an obstacle, and our plan. What do you wish? What do you really want to accomplish here? What's the outcome that you would like to achieve with your plan? What's an obstacle that you might face, and how might we anticipate and pre-correct that? And then finally, what's our plan? That's probably something you developed earlier in the day during the team design time. We're going to kind of put it all together here. All the teams will present their WOOPs in a share out, and we'll get some feedback from everyone. So scribes, make sure you're capturing feedback here. And then finally, we'll wrap up with a brief reflection of the day. And that's it, team. Have a great day, and let Joe or myself know if you need anything. We will be around to support you in any way that you need.